Right, here we are with the second video on Wildman's couch, answering your questions on YouTube. First one is, when did Wildman get released and what does he currently do?
Hi, this is Wildman. I got released in, I think it was July of 09, May or June, July of 09. And I currently work with my dad. I fit kitchens, and that's what I do. I only do it part time, do 3 days a week. But I fit kitchens, take my dog out for a walk. I'm married, very settled down, stay away from the violence, stay away from all the riffraff, and stay away from the drugs. My only downfall is cider, but so fucking what.
Do you demolish kitchens like that? Your dad rebuilds them?
Yes, I will.
Is that how you channel your energy?
To be fair, that's the best bit, because when you've got to put a new kitchen in, you've got to take the old one out, and that I really do like doing.
Do you beat it up?
Well, see, it has to be sort of semi-professional, because some of them still want the tiles leaving on the walls, and it's hard to take a worktop off and leave the tiles on the wall.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to be a little bit delicate, but generally, yes, it's the house sledgehammer job.
Right. Was you guys seen in prison as the rich British stereotypes, or blue collar, piss me off at the pub and I'll kick your arse types?
Neither, really, because we didn't just come from England and go straight into the American prison. We were known around from LA to Phoenix, Arizona, even Port au Penasco, Rocky Point. We were pretty well known. So when we went in prison, and then 14, 15 months that you do at the county, you kind of meet people. And there's not that many prisons in Arizona, really. So once you start moving around, you're always going to bump into people you know. So, I mean, didn't they look at us like the posh type whatsoever. I was probably looked more like the thuggish type, because that's what my basic job was. At the time I was a lead enforcer in a criminal syndicate, so I couldn't not be a fucking thug, could I, really? Yeah, I mean, goes with the job.
Can you ask Wildman about the differences between life in American and British prison?
It's night and day. The English have got it so fucking easy to get to play video games, and it's just like, I mean, now I think they've got it a little bit rougher, for the simple fact that when I did prison back in '88 over here, I only did 2.5 years for a little street robbery, but when I did it over here, the guards were proper government guards, and they'd have truncheons, and they would give you a belt if you fucking get cocky. Now it's all privatised, and the guards don't have the same anger towards them. They're basically the same guys that you see at Asda or Morrison's are roughly the same guards you see in the prison now. They're all private security guards, and I mean, really, they're all little shithouses, to be quite frank. That's why the fucking prisoners are going fucking off their head and fucking doing whatever they want whenever they want, because the guards can't control them. So, and in America, well, you've got no fucking choice, they'll shoot you. It's a completely different scenario. They'll take you in the cell, beat the shit out of you, and they will shoot you. So, yeah, it's night and day. I wouldn't suggest crime whatsoever, but if you are going to do it, you might as well do it fucking over there and do kiddie crime. Do fucking, I don't mean kiddie crime, I mean like fucking do it where it's like fucking easy time, where you go and sit play with your video fucking games and cry to your mum on a visit of a weekend.
What does filled in mean when you've been saying I'm going to fill someone in?
I thought that was quite self-explanatory, really, but for the thick Americans, what it actually means is filled in. You fill them fucking in. You put your fucking fist in the mouth and you fill them in.
How did you make alliances in prison?
Alliances with my own people.
Just friends, alliances. If you didn't know anyone, were you able to work yourself into a decent group of guys? Not necessarily a gang or anything, just a group of dudes who looked out for each other.
Well, that's all every race does anyway. They don't alienate you. They'll you don't always have to go in there and be like try and be someone. You just go in there and be yourself, and the whites will look after you, and whatever race you are will look after you. As long as you're polite to other races, you keep to the rules. I don't mean the guards' rules, I mean the prisoners' rules, whereas you don't have other races sat on your bed. You shower, you're respectful when other people are asleep. You know, don't start cooking and chatting and just being loud and disrespectful. It's the quickest way to get filled in. You know what filled in now as well is, so there we go.
What did Wildman do to end up in an American prison?
I listened to this guy here basically. I was doing alright over there. I was looking at a small little time over there for the GBH, grievous bodily harm. I was going to get about 4 years. So Shaun said, come over here lad and we'll fucking keep you out of trouble. Famous last words.
I brought Wildman over thinking he was going to get a job as a wrestler and live happily ever after and not go back to prison. Then what happened?
I got introduced to crystal meth and prostitutes. There goes my wrestling career because I lost all my weight. And then got introduced to ecstasy and everything was downhill from there really.
Is Wildman a drinker?
Yes, I am a drinker, I'm proud.
Question. If Wildman put in work for the Aryan Brotherhood, what type of things were they?
I'm not at liberty to say. It's putting work in, it's putting work in. I'm not going to incriminate myself.
Other than me, did you know any other Englishmen in the Arizona prison system?
No, I met a guy called Clayton Peach in immigration. He went by Cowboy. He was from London. But other than that, no, I didn't know anyone. Oh, and co-defendant Kerry Wildman. She was there. But other than that, no, I didn't meet any other Englishmen. They weren't stupid enough to go to Arizona and start fucking trouble.
Every other comment, every third or fourth comment is, we want Wildman on the True Geordie podcast.
I'd love to be on this True Geordie podcast. I've watched them and I like what they're doing. And if they'll have me as a guest, I'm more than willing to go.
What DJs were you in back then, into?
I like Sandra Collins. It's God, we were talking over 20 odd years ago. It's hard to remember. Emil, arrogant but very good.
What about the classics from the UK?
Oh well, yeah, they go without saying. Sasha, Carl Cox, yeah. A bit later on, John Dickweed. But yeah, Sasha and Carl Cox. I mean, you gotta love them, haven't you?
Did Wildman drink hooch before he made the video about making hooch?
Yes.
Well, it was cider, was it?
It was cider, yeah, cider and vodka.
Yeah, this fool, right? Bro, just get real. Orange juice will let it spoil and add your sugar. We used Skittles candy off the canteen. Get the good clean green drink. Put 8 Skittles on that cooking juice. And there you go. I think he's calling out your recipe and trying to give a superior recipe for hooch here, lad, but I'm not exactly sure what he's saying.
I think you should stick to your Skittles, mate. Just eat your Skittles. Because there's no way in hell you can make hooch out with Skittles. You might get the colour, but that's all you're going to get with the Skittles is colour.
Do the guards vary their security walks?
Yes, they do.
Does prison mash taste horrible?
No, it was alright. It was potato. So, I mean, some of the potato might have had like black eyes in it and shit, but it was alright. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, this one guy is asking, he's saying you not only need to go on True Geordie podcast, you need to go on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I don't know who Joe Rogan is.
I think it's the biggest podcast in the world. He's like an ex-fighter, does stand-up comedy, He's a cool dude. He has a lot of fighters on and a huge lad audience. So he gets a multiple of the views of anyone that does these other podcasts.
I'll go anywhere who'll have me, anywhere who wants to listen to me and give me positive or negative comments. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
So you got this fool on your other video saying, try and find it, that to him you look like a chomo, a sex offender. So obviously this guy's just taking the piss because you don't look anything like that, and he just wants us to come back hard on him. I reckon.
He wants a reaction. I already replied to him, but at the end of the day, he lives in America, and it's like, if you're gonna come and talk crazy, fucking be in the same area code as me, please. You know what I mean? Otherwise, keep your fucking Yankee gob shut, you little punk bitch.
Someone asked for your real name.
Peter John Marnie, Mahoney.
And let's see. Well, I'm on the comments. One guy said he loves your accent. Another guy from Texas says we need subtitles because they can't understand us.
Well, that's fine.
One dude has actually put in. He respects everything you do, and he's given his phone number and he wants you to call him, and he's looking forward to having a chat with you.
Yeah, well,
he's a felon and he's finding it hard to get a job. You got advice for felons who find it hard to get a job?
Work with relations who'll actually employ you, because I wouldn't be able to get a job otherwise if I wasn't working for my dad. I can't really give advice on that because I found it hard myself when I first got out. I mean, the first 6 months I didn't even look. When I first got out, I just got on the fucking drink. But then my dad said, look, you just get out of prison now, you're drinking yourself to death, so you're coming to work with me. And that's what I did. So I was quite fortunate like that. But yeah, I would ask family and friends and just have a support system and get something positive on your CV. Start going, do volunteer work for a little bit. I know it sounds stupid, but do something where you've got something positive on your CV, so you just doesn't, because you've got to put on your CV that you've actually been in prison. By law, you have to actually say that you've been. So I mean, if you do get if you say, oh no, I haven't got a criminal offence, and you do get the job, and when they find out, you're liable for prosecution. So you have to be straight up with them. A lot of people say, oh, just don't tell them, they won't know. They're not fucking stupid, are they? They're going to check.
And the other thing is, I think a lot of people in prison think they can't get out and get a good job. They haven't got the skills and stuff, criminal record. These guys have been running drug businesses, and they're total entrepreneurs.
Yeah, they have skills.
If they apply those skills, and you see the skills in prison all the time as well.
Yeah, there's so many intelligent people in prison. So I mean, you can put that to something else in normal life and get job, sales, assistants. So many things you can do. Warehouse work. I suggest go on courses. Go on a warehouse course and learn how to work in a warehouse. Some of it, you go there and you think, oh, I know this. But just go there and it's something to put on a CV, something that's positive. You've got a decent CV, you'll get a decent job.
Right, I'm going to read you a bad comment now. This racist fool has written, fat cunt can't be too good, nose bent all over his face. The bald cunt next to him is smiling and laughing and having orgasms over his shit. Pommy clowns, what creds do you have to be called a Wildman? Get out in the streets of London, you want to be tough cunt, and smash some Muslims.
Yeah.
And get some credibility, you clowns. What a fool.
I wouldn't degrade myself to do anything who's racial like that. And what a stupid thing to fucking say, to go and smash some Muslims. Ah, you just need to get a grip. You really are a little shithouse, aren't you? You are just a fucking little bitch who hides in the fucking house, who's a warrior on your fucking Facebook, you talk a load of shit.
It's the equivalent of a cell warrior. Explain what a cell warrior is.
A cell warrior is someone who'll fucking sit in the cell, you're on lockdown, and start shouting, as soon as we've opened this door, I'm gonna smash you, da, da, da. And they don't even come out the fucking cell. That's what you are, you're hiding behind your fucking mum's apron. Fucking grow up, you little shit. I've wiped fuck you better off you, me fucking foot. You dirty little bastard, you.
This guy saying, in his prison system, you never ask a man what he's in for.
Well,
you got to have your charges.
Yeah,
your paperwork,
you do. No matter where you go, you got to ask. You don't keep on asking. You find out once, and that's it. But you do. I mean, you have to ask because you want to know like who's next to you. A white man wouldn't ask another race. That's up to their own race to ask. But yeah, in general, I mean, that's how they did it in Arizona. I'm not saying there've been loads of other prisons. They might not do it in Texas like that or in Alabama. But I know that's how they do it in Arizona. So I'm not saying, you know, you're lying because they might not do it like that. But I would imagine they would because you've got to find out what you're in for. Right,
just looking at the comments that come in now. On your last responding to comments video, is Wildman Peter Griffin's father? I don't even know who Peter Griffin is. Who is he?
He's from Family Guy.
Family Guy?
Yeah, that's quite funny that.
Wildman is sexy, can I get his number?
I'm married actually, but yeah, you can still have your number.
Loving hearing Wildman's stories. How big is Wildman, height, weight, during his prison time and now?
Well, during my prison time, I haven't lost any height. I was 6'2" then, and I'm still 6'2" now. I was 16 stone in prison, and now I'm 22.5 stone.
1 stone is
14 pounds.
14 pounds. So 10 stone, 140 pounds. 16, 6 times. So you're just over 200. So now, what are you now?
I am 22.5, 23 stone.
So you're over 300?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, here's that one. Bloody hell, I found it. I don't mean no disrespect to Wildman.
Oh,
but if I had to guess why I thought he was in prison, I'd say he has the look of a creepy sex offender. No disrespect. I'd say statutory rape at best, but likely chomo. I wonder if that has led to some interesting stories. Surely I'm not the only one who gets that impression. I think this guy's just taking the piss.
Yeah, he's on a wind up. He's just like he's another one sat in the fucking house.
Wind up merchant.
Yeah. I give him his comment, I give him his reply, but like I say, he's not really worth getting too much into it.
On the left hand side of the video, what is that? Did you bring your prison door home with you as a memento?
No, it's an unmade bed. It's from IKEA. Nothing as really as interesting as a prison door.
Are you still on parole?
No. No, when I finished my time in America, I killed my number.
Wildman is a super beast. In Canada, you don't ask about another man's charges, it's keep out of your business mentality. Do you guys have any contact with G-Dog anymore? First off, explain who G-Dog is.
His proper name?
No.
Oh. No, I'll let you explain that one.
Alright, so G-Dog was one of our homeboys in Arizona. He was supplying coke and weed, and I was supplying ecstasy at apartment parties, and that's how we all met each other. And one day a policeman walked into one of them and he was going to arrest everyone, and G-Dog pulled the gun on him. Everybody ran off into the night. And then, like, we kind of protected him, and then he said him and his brothers have got our backs, and his brothers 2 years later were on the news, heads of the New Mexican Mafia. So he was a good dude to know.
He was a good dude to know.
Solid dude, big heart.
And he was good to do on the other side of things when we were going to collect money on that. He was ruthless.
Did you speak to G-Dog?
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him on the internet daily.
And how's he doing?
He's doing very well. He's staying out of trouble with fucking young birds.
Here's another one. I love this one. If anyone's read Party Time, then you would know that when Wildman was a young person, he started to get red dots in his head, telling him to hurt people. And in America, when he was on meth and crack and everything else, the red dots got crazier and crazier. So throughout Party Time, it's a theme of that book, Wildman and his red dots. So someone is asking here, does Wildman still see the red dots?
No, I don't. No, I don't get me. See, I've actually worked out what the red dots were. I build myself up to be angry, and I just literally see red, and then I'd fill someone in, smash someone, and then my adrenaline would go, and I'd feel better. I don't have that urge to do no more, so I'm quite happy to say the red dots have gone.
Excellent. Shaun, do you have a ruthless undercurrents to your character?
Yes, he does.
You come across as normal, geeky, and someone I would never associate with the things you used to get up to. At the peak of your criminality, did you make dark decisions and have a sinister side you don't want to recount? Or did you just genuinely fall into that lifestyle and roll with the punches? Look, you've got to read Party Time. In Party Time, all the sinister shit I got up to is right in there. And when you're on drugs, you think you're living like a character out of Pulp Fiction or Scarface or Blow, and the drugs is telling you, yeah, this is fun, this is cool, but it messes your decision making processes up. So when I look back, when I was sober in the jail, I was like, how on earth was I still alive? One night we went to a bar called the Crowbar, and Sammy the Bull's crew Sammy the Bull had dispatched his son to come and kidnap us and take us out to the desert. Wildman was like, we got to get out of here, it's looking a bit sketchy. So we'd had to leave that club in a hurry. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. So, yeah, you know, it was quite heavy, the stuff we got into back then. And
that was just a mild story of the things we got back into. Let's have it right.
We're going to do some separate videos of Wildman telling you whole stories of what we got up to back then. Are we old school friends or just business associates?
Old school friends. No one of us since we grew up.
It's my life's ambition now to get absolutely fucking bladdered with Wildman.
I mean, you could probably pick a better life ambition, but I'll have a pint with you, mate, all day long.
Another guy said, listening to Wildman keeps me going in life.
Well, like I say, yeah, if I give you a positive vibe, I'm all good with that.
Here we go, we discussed this the other day. Love to hear more from Wildman, but not answering questions from trolls and dickheads. Wannabe gangsters are the ones needing to shout out how gangster they are. Proper gangsters got nothing to prove. Respect for Shaun and Wildman.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, but I think that to a certain point you have to give a little. I mean, really, I shouldn't answer them back because they're just stupid little fucking wannabes.
I've got to admit, Wildman has risen above all these trolls and stuff, but I did say to him before this video, it would be a laugh just to respond to some of them in the way that Wildman is known to respond to things. In his past, now he's a good guy. Right. Love to see a film made about Wildman. Legend is back. Get him on the True Geordie. Wildman is as legit as he says. I've met guys like him who can be scary people, but if you do right by them, they'll go out their way for you.
I appreciate that, thank you. I think this True Geordie thing is, the only way I'm actually going to get on it is for more people to actually go onto the YouTube and actually put a like or a dislike, it doesn't matter which one it is really.
Say, Brian, get the Wildman on!
Or just anything, and then the more likes I actually get, then eventually I'll get on there. But I would love to be on there, yeah. This is what, my second or third video I've ever done, so it's like, and there's plenty more. I've just done a few on food, what's going to come out.
Yeah, those food ones are going to be coming out pretty soon. Right, we've got up to speed on all of your main comments for now. So if you've got any more comments, just keep posting them below the YouTube videos, and we'll keep more of these videos coming where we answer your comments. We do appreciate all your interest in the YouTube channel.
Please click on, and like I say, like me or dislike me, I don't really care what. Leave me a good comment or a bad comment, but just get on there and watch it. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.